think so. Let's go and have some adventures. Let's go and have some adventures with Thomas. Let's go and have some adventures. Sodor's a fun place to be. Sodor's greatest adventures. Sodor's greatest adventures.
Snow was still on the island of Sodor. That didn't stop all the engines, including the main engines, being O'Donnell and Douglas, who helped clear snow on the main line. However, just recently they had, sort of a partner or partners with them, mostly another partner with them. That, of course, is being James the Red Engine. He helps the twins plow the rails. As well, he has the Chinese breakdown coins with him on patrol. And there's also James's best friend, Henry the Green Engine. Henry has lately become a rescue engine. And he was taking Emily's place at Tipner's Sheds, but only for a short time when Emily is all fixed up and head back to work. However, Henry doesn't really help Don Douglas and James that much, since he's busy with his and Emily's work, but he didn't mind, and so did the twins and James. One day, the twins and James was still plowing the rails, and James heard the Chinese breakdown coins with him. When they saw Shima popping up beside Douglas. Shima was the engine that they and Henry helped out when she crashed. She just recently came out of the steamworks and it was all brand new. Shima, said Douglas, you look all fixed up. Thank you, Douglas, says Shima. Also, I just wanted to clarify, thank you for helping me out of that snowbank a few days ago. It's all right, Shima, said Donald. We're glad to help. Indeed, said James. I can't really find Henry at the moment, but can you tell, if you do see him, can you tell him that I say thank you as well for helping? Aye, said Donald, we will. Aye, said Douglas, dear to us. Thanks, said Shima, and thanks once again. And Shima puffed away to do her work. Said Douglas. There's one fine engine. You would tell that to me, said James. Anyways, we better get back on patrol. Aye, we must, said Douglas, and the 3 engines went off. Meanwhile, at Brendan Docks, Susanna, who was one of the engines that came from China, that Thomas, James, Mia, and Ace met with their Chinese friends, and was down at Brendan Docks picking up a goods train. She backed down to very quickly. She was in a rush. Porter got up beside her. What's the rush today? Said Porter. There's only to bang the trucks that hard. Oh, sorry, Porter, she said. I'm in a rush today. I'm late for all my work, and I must deliver this train on time. Well, be careful, said Porter. The ice is slippery today. You all know what it's like. Yeah, she said. Excuse me, I must deliver this train on time. I have to make up for lost time. And she raced off. That's not Shannon that we know, said Porter, but he was puzzled. She thundered down the line. Everyone was surprised at her speed, but trouble was about to come later on. Meanwhile, with James and the twins, they stopped at a red signal. And of course, this time Douglas was playing with them, trying to break down coins since the last time James and Donald were together, and we know how that turned out, didn't we? Just then, 2 engines spoke to each other. You know something, said Donald. But whoever good plows entry. Well, me and Donnie have been plowing for years, said Douglas. True, said James, and I am pretty much a good rescue engine. Like, I don't do all those silly stuff like what Emily did. So you say, said the twins. You know, I think we'll make a great cracking snow plowing team, said Donald. Put I, said Douglas. Count me in. Want to join, James? Where are my Scottish friends? He said. Let's count the rescue engine in. The three engines think they were great plowing engines, plowing the snow. Well, it's official, said Donald. We're three good plowing engines. I, said Douglas. Now, we better get back out there and plow some more snow and show everyone that we're the good plowers. True, said James. And good thing I've changed breakdown crews with me on patrol. Anyway, said Donald, we better clear up the tracks on Doug's branch line. Okay then, said James. They went off. Meanwhile, Cinder was still racing down the line. Her engine groaned loud as she went faster and faster down the tracks. However, the trucks were heavy for important materials. She kept going and going. And the other thing being that she was producing all her sand, all the sand she had in her. But the problem was, since she was using all her sand up on the rails, well, she used all to up, which she didn't know. Meanwhile, James and the twins approached Titman Holt, the main station of Doug's branch line. James backed down onto a siding that was beside the sheds. Don Douglas is also backed into the siding thing beside the Chinese breakdown cranes. When they heard Henry's whistle, Henry was plowing the tracks towards him. Hello, you tree, he said. Hey, Henry, they said. What's happening? He asked. It's nothing much. There's no rescues, said James. We're just taking a break, said Donald. Aye, said Douglas. Then we'll be plowing above the branch line. I already ploughed some of it, but you're carried to do the rest. We will, said James. Besides, we are the best plowers. Henry was puzzled. The tree engine explained what they said earlier. Oh, I see, said Henry. Well, if you're sure, then you know what's best, said Henry. Just then they heard another whistle. It was Duck. Duck was surviving with his slip coaches. He saw all of his friends. Hello everyone, he said. What's going on here now? Oh, we're just chatting, said Henry. I was waiting for my signal to turn green. We're just resting, said James. Aye, said Donald and Douglas. Well, said Duck. It's all good that we're all taking care in the snow, aren't we? Henry and James had a bit of fun. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. That sounds like when you decide to go, well, you know what, said Duck. About when you fall into the river one time, said James. As James and Henry chuckled a bit. Oi, said Douglas. Oi, said Duck. Oh, you don't need to talk like that. Like, I didn't mean to fall in the water. I was trying to be on time. Trying to prove us wrong, more like, said Henry. Duck was cross. I think you two rescue engines have some rescue business to get on with. Oh, whatever, said Henry. We're just trying to be fun, said James. Oh, said Duck. Well, you should stick with the Great Western way. Not this again, said Donald and Douglas. Because Duck always likes talking about the Great Western way. And well, it can make anyone get sick of it. Meanwhile, China was still racing down the line with her goods train. However, she was going to grip some of her sand, but she used the all earlier. She couldn't slow down. I can't slow down, she said. I used up all my sand. Her driver put on the brakes. Then there was trouble. A bit of snow was blocking her way. She braked and braked. She tried and tried, but unfortunately it was too late. She plunged into the snow and landed on her side. As for the trucks, they also derailed. Oh no, she said. She was stuck in the snow. Meanwhile, Oliver was puffing down the line with his brakeman Toad. They were pulling a goods train when they saw Shanna in a crash. Oliver stopped. Is everything all right, Mr. Oliver? Said Toad. No, Toad, it isn't. Oliver saw Shanna was in trouble. Shanna, are you okay? I think so, she said. But I'm stuck in the snow. Oliver looked. Me and Toad can't help, he said. Don't worry. I'll go and find help as soon as I can, if I can find any. Come along then, Toad. We gotta go search for help. Toad saw the crash. Oh dear, I feel sorry for you, Mrs. Shadow. Me and Mr. Oliver will look for help immediately. Thank you, Toad, she said. Back at Tipman Holt, Henry and Jane were still talking about when Duck fell into the water. Duck tried to get his own back. What about the time when you fell in the water, Henry? Henry got mad. Don't remind me of that. And Jane said to take your vans away and Emmett had to come with a breakdown crane. Henry just rolled his eyes. James chuckled a bit. And what about the time when you fell in the water, James? Wait, what? Said James. When you and Henry were on that haunted line. Oh, you heard about it, said Henry. Said Donald Douglas. It's not a funny story. It was not funny. It was kind of very scary until we found it was this old Bailey wanted to reopen his station. Still, said Duck. Duck, it was pretty silly. I would save you falling in that water, said Henry. Agreed, said James. Duck, Henry, and James argued when Oliver puffed in with the goods train. Hello, everyone, he said. Oliver needed to tell the other engines about Shanna's crash, but Doug, Henry, and James were still arguing. He sighed to try and help out. What are you arguing about? About our crashes. Oh, said Oliver. So do you mean like when so you're trying to crash through a snowman like I did, Doug? Asked Oliver. Doug ground. No, thank you, Oliver. But anyways, guys, said Oliver, I got some news. We do, said Toad. But Henry, James, and Duck still kept arguing. Oliver and Toad couldn't get any of their attention when Don Duck blew the whistle. Quiet, you three, they said. Oliver and Toad are trying to tell us something. Aye, said Douglas. What is it, laddies? Toad and Oliver explained the crash situation. The engines were surprised. Anyways, said Oliver, me and Toad better shrunk this goods train away. Good luck with the rescue mission. And they went off into the yard. The engines were surprised. Oh dear, said Duck. Looks like somebody was not being reliable today. Thank God it was not any of us. Looks like this is a job for us, Douglas and James. Or Dougie and James, said Donald. Aye, said Donald. Aye, said Douglas. James, you better bring the Chinese breakdown cranes with you. Roger that, said James. I'll go and find the Fat Controller, said Henry. Looks like the line had to be closed down, Doc. Roger that, lads, he said, as Henry raced off to get the Fat Controller. As James, Don, and Douglas went off to the rescue scene. Good luck with it, said Duck. As Donald, Douglas, and James raced off. Soon they arrived at the rescue scene. James put the Chinese breakdown cranes into action. Donald and Douglas, on the other hand, arrived. Said James. Looks like it's going to be serious. Better get Chinese breakdown cranes into action, he said, as the cranes were put into action. They firstly lifted the trucks back on the tracks. Douglas, on the other hand, offered to take them. I'll clear some of the lines, said Donald, as while Chinese breakdown cranes were getting the trucks back on track, and he went on to clear some of the lines. Soon the trucks were back on track. "They're good to go now, Douglas," said James. I'll take them and find a yard for them," said Douglas. The materials were put back in them, and Douglas puffed away. Then Shanna was soon back on tracks. "Oh," she said, as the Chinese brakeman coins were put back in their position. "Thank you for rescuing me, James, including Donald and Douglas as well. It's our job too," said James. Donald soon came back from the opposite direction. He took a shortcut. But "The lines are cleared," said Donald. "Good," said James. "I'll take Shanna with me with the breakdown cranes." "Very well then," said Donald. James uncoupled and put her on onto the brake with the Chinese breakdown cranes. Douglas soon came back. "The line up ahead. I got the trucks to a yard nearby," said Douglas. So they're safe and sound. They were taking materials by lorry." "Good," said Donald and James. Just then they heard Henry's whistle. Henry popped into view, puffing between Donald and James. "I brought the Fat Controller with me," he said. The Fat Controller stepped out of Henry's cab. Firstly, he spoke to James, Donald, and Douglas. "Well done, you three," said the Fat Controller. "You three have been really useful engines today." "Thank you, sir," they said. And then he turned to Shanna. "Shanna, you have caused confusion and delay," said the Fat Controller. "That was very dangerous of you, and you should not use up all your sand." "I'm sorry, sir," she said. "I was running late, so trying to make up for lost time." "Well," said the Fat Controller, "first Emily was out of action, then the steamer was out of action, but luckily she was repaired. And now you're out of action. It looks like Kevin and Victor are not the only ones that are going to be busy. Then the adults are going to be busy as well." "Never mind," said the Fat Controller. "At least James and Chinese breakdown crane put you back on the rails," said the Fat Controller. And then he walked back to the main engines. He then spoke to them again. "I heard about your plowing today," said the Fat Controller. And Henry told me that you three think you're the best plowers." James, Don, and Douglas were worried if they were trying to act like show-offs. "Well," said the Fat Controller, "maybe you do have a fair point. Maybe you three are the best snow clearers on the island." James, Don, and Douglas were surprised. "Wait, are we?" "Well," said the Fat Controller, "well, since you're claiming to be, I suppose I can agree." James, Don, and Douglas smiled. "Congratulations," said Henry. "Yeah," said Shanna. "Anyways," said the Fat Controller, "Look, you three have shown everyone that you're a really great team," said the Fat Controller. The engines were happy as the factory walked back to Henry's cab as all the engines puffed away. "Shanna has done a great deal about cleaning about snow, hasn't she?" And she knew that not to race in it. And to the others, Henry was still a main rescue engine. Don, Douglas, and James, on the other hand, have shown everyone a fair point that while them working together was good, but they have shown they are a great cracking plowing team.
Let's go on and have some adventures with Thomas and Noel. His friend Sodor's greatest adventures.